Am I the asshole? H for refusing to go with husband when I wasn't invited? Not the asshole. We know they invited him because they communicated they are inviting him. We don't know if they want to invite you or if there's an implied invite anywhere or not, because it wasn't communicated. Simple as that. There's no question of you being petty. If your husband wants a clarification, he's free to ask them for one. Not the asshole. You were not invited, which was rude. Your husband cannot put lipstick on this pig. What is going on here? I don't see it as a big deal if woman wants to invite her brother to a day out. What I don't get is why go to the op. What's that about? You talk to the person you want to invite, not the wife. Who operates this way? Now the polite thing to do would be to explain they only had 2 spare tickets, so if OP wanted to come, her ticket needs to be paid for. Then it's up to OP and husband if they want to do that. I think OP has a right to be a bit annoyed, but it's not that bad. Wow, I just have to add that there are an unusual number of people who think they are setting the brother up on a date. Are you guys unhinged, or do you just read too much Reddit? I mean, seriously, do none of you hang out with your siblings? Is she required to now bring her husband to every event she has with girlfriends? Get a grip, it was a siblings get-together. They grew up together. What is wrong with having time together occasionally as adults? Just a sibling group. Sheesh. Nah, don't go if you don't want. But sounds like they both could bring one additional person for free. Your sister-in-law chose her sister and your brother-in-law chose your husband. You don't have to take it so personal as if they purposely excluding you. Also, that is nonsense to say that people can't invite one half of a couple out. Are you saying every time you spend time with friends they invite you husband? Because I doubt that. Nah, you're not enough for refusing to go because you're correct, you were not invited. But I also don't think your sister-in-law is in the wrong. Looking at this objectively, a couple got 2 free tickets to an amusement park and they both decided to invite their siblings. It's not like this is a friend excluding you out of spite or you're the only family member not invited. They only got 1 free ticket each and they chose their brother and sister, a very harmless choice. Honestly though, I don't get why she texted you at all. Her husband should have just messaged his brother directly, but maybe she thought she was being polite. Nah. You shouldn't go because you weren't invited, and it's nice that he can spend some time with his brother while she spends time with her sister. I don't see anything weird about it. I'm sure they invite you to other things. Let the siblings have their day. Not the asshole. Why would your sister-in-law text you instead of your husband with an invitation for your husband? Is she socially inept? If people want you to be there, they invite you. How often does this happen? So why didn't sis-in-law just call her brother directly and ask him to go along? If they had only 1 pass, then that could have been communicated and the couple could have decided if they wanted to pay for 1 ticket. Calling to ask to borrow the husband for a day before asking him if he even wanted to go is what makes it feel off. Nah. Sister is having a day with her sister. Brothers are having a day with each other. I think you're looking into it too much, but also you're not self-inviting, which is a plus. Go call a friend and do some times with them while your husband is out. Me, I would go fishing if the partner was gone for the day. Not the asshole, and your husband is clueless. You weren't invited. She asked for permission to take him. No mention of you going at all. They didn't want you there. At first I thought not the asshole, but then I realized it's 2 brothers and 2 sisters going. Nah. I mean, yeah, they very specifically asked to steal your husband for a day, which means you are not invited. Not the asshole. Can we steal your husband for a day? Implies steal him from you, not along with you. If he wants to clarify with them, he should do so, not put it on you. They specifically asked if you would be upset if they stole your husband for the day. How is your husband twisting this to make it so that you have somehow misunderstood the situation? I guess I must be confused. They asked her if she would mind, explained the situation, and she said fine. Sisters and brothers out for a day? Not the asshole. You are not petty and your husband is wrong. The 6 meant it exactly as they said. They stole him for the day. I wonder why the husband had the impression that OP didn't want to go. What or who made him think that? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. It was clear that the invite was only for your husband so that he could keep his brother company. Of course you shouldn't go. Your husband was invited to hang out with his brother. A bit weird that they have to be even as grown adults, but I personally wouldn't be the person who had to tag along with my husband on everything he does. Okay, Sil lied to OP's husband by saying OP has said she doesn't want to go. Sil lied. Obviously doesn't want OP to go. Not the asshole. You weren't invited and to turn up anyway would just cause shit. The asshole here is the Sil for this stupid situation. Not the asshole. I stand by this philosophy as well. If you want me to come you need to specifically ask me. I do not read minds and don't want to waste my time or energy wanting to make plans for something I wasn't invited to. It's unhinged how many people assume this is a double date. Good lord, do none of you have siblings? I find it odd that Sil didn't want her husband to feel left out but didn't mind making you feel left out. Not the asshole. If you have the money it's got really fun rides, get a fast pass. If they aren't getting one, then go by yourself. Wave to them as they wait for hours in line while you breeze through fast pass as a single rider. Not the asshole. Not only were you not invited but they either outright said or implied that you declined an invite. That's completely different than just not inviting you. ESH. It's definitely not rude to invite one married person to things. My wife and I mostly socialize separately. You can take a break every once in a while. And her asking you first was your chance to say no. You skipped it. But also, your husband is super wrong to try to bring you anyway. No invite, not going. Not the asshole. They asked to steal your husband. That's implicitly telling you they don't want you there. That they are only inviting him. I don't go places I'm not invited. Not being invited means you're not wanted. I don't see how that could have been communicated any more clearly outside of just saying it directly. Nata, however, I don't think there's anything wrong with inviting one partner and not the other. People have different relationships with people. Outside of work, people should spend time with people they like or choose to, not people they're forced to be with due to some forced expectations. I do not like all of my husband's family and friends, and vice versa. I would be peeved if it was required that we had to participate in forced interactions due to us being a package deal. We're a couple with individual wants and needs. Not the asshole. By Sil's text it is very clear they were not inviting you. But, did Sil Bill give your husband the impression that you said you didn't want to go? If they did, that shows that they know it is rude to invite your husband and not you and they are trying to cover their butts. Does Bill not have any unattached friends they could invite? This going to look like two couples to people around them. They don't the actual relationships in the group. Are you all right with that? Not the asshole. I find this strange. Not the asshole, but they did ask you for permission to have him for a day, so that doesn't seem an unfriendly thing to do. I can understand why you feel left out. I hope you do something fun for yourself while he's away. It's healthy to do things separately from time to time. Going against the grain but soft, you're the asshole. It's a good thing for siblings to spend time together. One of my best memories was going to an amusement park with just me and my brother. We just got to hang out and talk and eat things our parents wouldn't let us when we were kids. And you don't need to do everything with your husband. Let him have some fun with family without you and stop taking it personally. It seems all of it came from a lack of communication. Basically your Sil could have been upfront about the free pass from the start and you could have asked directly if you could go to, which would have revealed the free pass part. Still, I'll stick to not the asshole, but I believe it could have been avoided.